C.M.C.Magazine presents The Poker Room, and I'm host Pac-Man James. And today we got Coach Daniel on this lovely Thanksgiving
What's
day.
What's up?
Coach Daniel, how you making it on this Thanksgiving day?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm blessed, bro. Appreciate the invite, bro.
Anytime. You know, for the people who don't know, where did you get your first start in your beginning of life?
Man, you know, life started for me in Cali. I grew up in Cali. So I grew up in Imperial Courts, projects, Watts. Most of my life, a lot of my life, early life was in Watts, and I spent a lot of time in Compton, growing up in Compton too. You know, I did even stayed in Long Beach a little while, bro. So when they say hood, I'm
right.
hood.
Right. Now,
you know what I'm saying?
May I ask you, what's the difference between PJ Watts and Compton? Was the lifestyles different?
Little bit, because I grew up in Imperial Courts, man. It was the projects, the jacks, you know. We was on top of each other living in that thing. But Compton, you know, it had a neighborhoods, you know, houses, and it was like one of the first times that I lived that close to houses, sidewalks, yards. Cause what I was at, man, in Imperial Courts, man, it ain't like that. No fences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And what would you call a yard? Is this a lot, half a lot, an acre? Because down here in Louisiana, you know.
Well, yeah, down here now, they talking about acres when they say you got a yard. But a yard for me, man, was, man, if I could walk 20 feet from in front of my door and it was gated, that's a yard. Although, you know, I didn't get none of that until later on in life.
Now, with roots from Louisiana, how was it growing up in PJ Watts and some of your day-to-day activities?
Man, with roots from Louisiana, it made me lonely. You know what I'm saying? Lonely for family. So I had to replace family a lot of times with friends. You know, I was affiliated, you know, coming up with, you know what I'm saying, gangs and stuff like that. It was something that, not like I chose it. It was just, you know, survival.
What year was it you decided to move back to Southwest Louisiana, where majority of your family stays?
Man, about 2007, man, '07, yeah. You know, I thought it was time, man. I'd had 2 kids, was married with the wife, you know, and just trying to figure out how I'm gonna raise my own kids, you know, my son and my daughter, in that same type of environment that I was raised in, and it was hard, bro. You know, I'm still paying for some of those young 15, 16-year-old guy mistakes, you know what I'm saying, now. So I wanted something better, something a little smoother for my seeds.
Were any of them born out there?
Yeah, I got 3. First 2, Danielle, she was born out there, Orange County area. My son, Deshaun, I call him Day. He was born L.A., like for real L.A. Him and his mom were probably the only true born in L.A. people in the family. You know what I'm saying? And
right. I can see it. When I see him, I see the California vibe.
Yeah. It's in him. I try to tell him, man, but you know he still got that country, that southern. One day he was talking to me, asked me a question. He slipped and called me son. I was like, whoa.
Like, where you got that from?
Like, I know where you got it from. That's just in the area.
How do you feel about that, man? People from Louisiana saying son and that originated from New York. Where do you think that lingo came from, or how did it migrate this way?
I always thought,
when you first heard it, what did you see?
It was strange to me when I first heard it, because coming from Watts, Compton, LA area, you know, especially growing up in the 90s, man, we wasn't like big fans of the East Coast thing. So that son, that slang and stuff, we were, you know, we kind of shunned away from that, you know what I'm saying? And to hear kids do it now, I was like, man, I always thought I'd find them saying cuz or blood, because I thought that West Coast vibe was bigger than the East Coast vibe that the kids was getting. But hey, you know,
Well, down here the old schoolers might call you young blood, and I know you've seen this, and I know you heard this, where people, because I do it myself, where people call their cousin cuz.
Oh yeah,
and everybody in the family, they don't call each other by name, they call them cuz, and they have no official.
Oh yeah, it's shit.
Crip ties. That's just how they speak around here.
It took me a long time, man, to stop saying the word cuz. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time, and then I moved back here. And everybody my damn cousin, man. So I'm back to saying cuz. And it's like, if I go home, I'm going to mess around and slip and say cuz too. And I'm going to be in L.A. when I don't want to say it. But, hey, it is what it is, man.
Well, cuz means something different out there.
Oh, yeah. You crippin'. You crippin' if you cousin.
Right. Now you're back in the booth with a newfound life with wife and kids. How was the transition from that lifestyle in the beginning of your newfound journey?
Man, I learned some lessons along the way, man, and I also learned where I messed up at. You know what I mean? Like the point when I started making the curves to doing the wrong things, and thinking the wrong things. Coming here is just kind of giving me a little peace of mind, man. Believe it or not, I had a lot of time to think being here. I'm going on 10 years now, so I know my mistakes. I know where I went wrong, man. And I know my thing now is to try to curve that in other young black men. It just so happened that I'm here doing it. I didn't plan on it. It's just I'm here doing that. And hopefully one day, man, I can get back to the hood, and try to curve some of that over there too.
Right. You became very active in the community by starting a Pop Warner basketball team. And for some people who don't know what Pop Warner is, that's big, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you're also active. As in a Carroll Crow Middle football coach.
Yeah.
On the field, on the court, you're helping these kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of jumping the gun. So why did you choose the name Underdog?
I chose the name Underdog because me and my son, man, I was coaching him. I always thought he'd play a little basketball, So we get to Karen Crow in this rec league, and just coming up 7 and 8, 9 and 10, they play together and stuff. And at a certain age, they start selecting kids for all-stars. So I'm like, man, shoot, okay, my son, he gonna get his, passed him up, at least 2-3 years, seasons in a row. And it got me to thinking, like, man, he got my son, man, you the underdog, bro. I started as the underdog, I've been that, but I didn't know where that would lead, So most people shun on the underdog, man. You hear about people rooting for the underdog, but I don't hear that as much because, shoot, I came from underdog area, so most people didn't root for me, you know what I mean? So I took that to heart, and that happening to him in the sport that, me and him both love, I took that to heart too, so we doubled up on working out, man. We doubled up on practices, bro. We spent summers, like hours in the gym, man, getting right, me and him. It helped me and him bond, so that's also, a A+. And getting him right and seeing him get right. And after that year, we was in the summer, man, we went and we signed up for his last year of rec ball. I think it was like 12, 13 for the age. And I'm talking about the boy went off. And then I told him before the season that I didn't want him shooting no jumpers. I wanted him to take everything to the hole. Took everything to the hole. I called him Day-Day. I started calling him and one Day-Day because he was averaging between like 17, 20 points a game as a youngster for rec ball and hitting all his free throws, and just taking boys to the rack. And I'm like, man, then I started hearing, hey, man, your son pretty good, man. He pretty good. And I'm like, okay, look, there it go. The come up of the underdog, you know what I mean? The come up on the underdog. So I decided to start my own stuff. I did my own little AAU squad. Me and the wife got together and put the plan together. And I'm like, man, you know what? I can do some of this, I love this game. I studied it for a long time. I played, just not at the level that I would have liked to, you know what I mean? But with the guidance and some good stern talking to, bro, at that age, at his age, I think I could have been, a pretty good baller, man, And my thing is just, giving him something that I missed, which is that dad, that hard-nosed dad that's not going to let you quit, man. And he can't tell me he dream of something and me don't try to help him get there. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the underdog thing started, and I started to feel that for other kids, so it expanded. So it wasn't just my son no more. It was, next thing you know, I got 10, 12 boys. I'm driving to Houston now, you know what I mean? And I'm like, man, when did this turn? Like when did that happen? But it is what it is. I'm hoping, that I can be a blessing for another young boy like myself, that I needed at that age.
And you mentioned y'all bonded. Your bond got stronger due to basketball. Why is it that our young teens, adolescents, the only way you can bond with them is through sports or through music?
Well, it's not the only way, but we to bond with a kid, man, and really get to them, man, you gotta know what they love and what they like. You can't start telling these little dudes what they should know and what they should like, to try to bond. Because, like I tell some of the boys all the time, I'm like, man, I want to be a help to the parent, but I don't want to be your parent, you know what I mean? I want you to be able to talk to me and not like I'm your dad or your mom, you know what I mean? Because I got my own kids, man, and it's hard to get them to talk to me, so I know it's hard for those other kids to talk to their moms and dads, So I just want to be kind of free, man, so they can have somebody to talk to and look up to at the same time. But like you said, man, you're right though that we bond a lot of times, man, in the inner cities too with the sports and the music. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. That's us.
Right. Being from the culture we from.
Yeah. That hip hop era, man, and sports, that all go together.
Right. But maybe back in your day, well, I don't know if you go that far back. It was hip hop, but man, y'all was kind of on, rhythm and blues too.
Oh yeah, well,
you couldn't knock a gangster for singing rhythm and blues back then. But today
you wouldn't have that rap if it wasn't for that rhythm and blues, you know what I mean? All those things just all line up together. And in the late 80s when I was in Cali, I remember dudes, singing songs and gangbangers, Got into the 90s, man. Dudes don't want to sing no more, man. Everybody rapping. Yeah. Well, late 90s, early 90s, man, dudes was housing, man, in my middle school, bro. I admired some of them houses because I couldn't do that shit. So it was always interesting to see them do it, though.
What is the message and knowledge you're passing to these kids on the field, on the court, and off the court?
Hey, anything you want and you put your mind to, you can do. Like, they can call you whatever. Like I said, we the underdogs, but I don't know too many dogs with teeth that don't bite at all. There's always a way. There's always a way. And then when they say underdog, it's cool because I'll fly under the radar if I have to make it happen for me, you know what I mean? So that's what I want them. I want them to just fight. Fight for anything you want. Fight for everything you want, man. And don't give up because there's a lot of us already that's giving up. I want to make sure these boys know that even if they don't believe in themselves, I believe in them. Let's push. I got you.
You also spoke about being a personal trainer, and you take kids one-on-one and work with their skills.
Yeah.
How many kids you normally work with, like on your schedule?
Man, my schedule ain't like I would like it, but I've been known to one Saturday or so to hold about 20, 25 kids in like one session. So many that it was hard as heck to train, for just me. And then I've had them as low as 2, 3 in the gym with me. It's whatever it takes. I tell them 8 to 80 If I can help you, I will. Whatever it is. So, and basketball, I'm like, man, I know that that's the easy part. And my son says stuff like, oh, Dad, can you help me with this? Or my daughter even plays, Dad, I need to work on my shot. I'm like, man, you know how good it is for your kid to ask you for something that you can actually do and do well? I'm like, oh, yeah, I got you, whatever. Let's go. We can go shoot right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm more excited than them have the time. But, yeah, never thought it would be like that, but it is what it is.
If you have to, get your practice in, and maybe all the indoor facilities is booked and you can't get in the gym at the time you normally want to get into it, do you go outside, maybe?
Oh, yeah, we'll go out, man. That's why I started. Before when I started working with my son, man, it was outside, bro. And you know how I get out here as far as the summer and how that heat is, man. I would have to get him up 6, so we can be out the park by 8, so we ain't dying out there in that heat. But it'll work, bro. Work it out, man. And a friend of mine, got access to a gym, man, and showed me some love one day and was like, hey, look, I seen y'all out there, man. Look, check this out. Come here, da-da-da-da-da. And he let us do that for a while, man. I told my son, I said, bro, you ever make it, now you got to go tell that man thank you, because he let us in that gym. And look, we get in there now, and it's a lot of it be because of that one dude. And one dude just opening up one time, man. A lot of times that's all it takes. So I want to be that one dude for some of those kids, you know what I mean? And because he's that one dude for us, so it goes hand in hand,
Do you have to be in a certain geographical area to become an underdog? Like, or is it just Lafayette Parish, or anybody from St. Landry or St. Martin or Arcadia can
Oh,
become
no,
an underdog with you?
man. I'm open for any and all, man. I don't have no limitations as far as that, especially for summer ball. It don't matter. If you can get to practice and you can get to the games, you know what I mean, and you ready to ball, and then look, I never preach a win-win-win. I preach work, effort. Those are the things, because regardless, if you never play basketball again, that same effort is what you need as a man to get through life, you know what I mean? So I want to teach those things, and if I got to do it through basketball, I don't have a problem with that neither, because I know a little bit about that too. So yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, I'm looking for dudes, man, all the time. I'm only been able to hold down one team at a time, which I would like, a couple of different age groups. I love for the program and organization to, catch on a little bit, man, and because I'm gonna take a few dudes that most of these coaches not gonna want. You know what I mean?
True
off top, yeah, off top, it's gonna happen, and it's hard for me now to say no. My wife is like, "Hey, we got 10 boys on the team," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna be like that. It'll be 10." And before the season actually started, I'm like, "Hey, I got 2 more, I got 3 more." So I end up adding dudes because I don't like to say no if I could help. If I'd hate to say no to a kid and I turn around and something happened to him, and I'm like, man, he could have been in the gym with me. So those things in the back of my head all the time, man. So it's hard to say no. I have, but for the most part, man, come as you are, come ready to work. I don't take no crap neither. So, your kid will get fussed at if he ain't putting forth the effort. So, yeah.
What is the age criteria to become an underdog?
No age criteria, really. Right now I coach my son's age during the summer. This year it'll be 16U. And I also do middle school. I volunteered at the middle school, Carencro Middle, and we actually parish champs last year. And if I can get 7th and 8th graders to come under me during the summer, I do 13U, 14U. I do those things all over again. If I can get the kids, if the kids want to do it, I'm down.
Do you take some of your kids, on your bitty basketball team, and you mentioned you was an assistant coach, the Carencro Middle on the football field, and let them play football and install these underdog characteristics in them?
Oh yeah, well, I'm
Or
always
vice versa,
I'm well.
kids on the mechanical middle football team and install these underdog characteristics in them.
Yeah, well, I love Karen Crow Middle, and but I'm always I'd rather teach the guys football, basketball. I'd rather teach them that we're already underdogs, so all you got to do now is fight. To keep fighting, because if you go in as an underdog, they don't expect a whole lot from you, right? But they could be surprised, real surprised when you come out that thing swinging and swinging hard, So that's my philosophy. Like, man, let us call them, we underdogs. Let that be it, But come out here, prove otherwise, So the football thing, I'm always looking for dudes that play basketball and football. I like those kind of dudes, I like those that always bring a toughness to the court, So if they like to transition, which a lot of kids do, I'm with it, I'm always with it. I don't, even if the summer comes around, man, they always got these summer football programs. I'm cool with that. I make practices in the evening, you know what I mean, so that you can do both if that's what your passion is. I'm not trying to take nothing from you. I'm trying to give you something. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Do you mind speaking on these life characteristics and traits that you give these young men? I know you're teaching them life goals and life traits and installing some things that can take them far.
That's the major thing. That's the most important.
Teaching young men to be men.
Yeah, I'm really real, and what I miss coming up, especially from a male figure, was the bluntness, the realness. So I give that, you know what I mean? If a kid is fucking up, man, I don't really go to him and say, hey, you're really messing up and you might want to get it together. No, I say, bro, hey, you fucking up. And you know how I know you fucking up? Because I did the same thing. I fucked up. Why I'm going to sit here and watch you do the same thing I did, whether my son or not? I can't stand by and do it, so I'll let it be known. And I'm not perfect. And I could sometimes give you the wrong advice, but my thing is 90% of the time, I'm going to be able to help a 14-year-old, 15-year-old boy. I've been that age before, you know what I mean? So I'm almost guaranteed that I can say something, show you something. I got a story that, that's similar to yours that could have came out, a lot worse than what you're thinking now or may have, So I think I got enough knowledge, man, to give. I got all this stuff in my head, man, and I like talking. So if they can stand there and listen, or I can force them to, then yeah, I'm on them.
You mentioned you be blunt, with these kids
and
straightforward.
Yeah.
Some kids can't handle constructive criticism.
Yeah.
So with
I
kids
was that
that
kid.
Can't handle constructive criticism, how you go about getting your point across?
I was that kid. I was that uncoachable kid, and everything I did, it was right, no matter who said it was wrong, you know what I mean? So I know how that kid feels a lot of times, and like I say, different strokes for different folks. Some kids you can be very blunt, and as an adult you gotta know too at the same time which kids you can't be like that with. Some of the boys, they just want to know that you love them and you care about them, you know what I mean? So that changes a whole lot for them, because I make it a point now to make sure, man, I come across men that I love, boys and men. I make sure I say it, man, because who knows, So if I got love for that dude, I tell him straight to his face, no blanks, that, hey, look, I love you. I'm gonna look out for you. And you may not like it. But I'm gonna love you anyway, and I'm gonna look out for you, man. I needed that growing up, bro. I didn't have that, from too many men.
Right. And most kids, some of them might give up because they be like, oh, Coach D showing favoritism to such and such, and he not paying enough attention to me.
Well, you know what I say about favoritism?
That's a problem with these kids.
I tell them all the time.
And off the court.
Yeah, I got a favorite. I got favorites. That is true enough. I got favorites. But guess who they are? The dude that's at practice every day. The dude that's maximum effort every day. You know what I mean? The dude that I can give constructive criticism and he goes out and tries to fix the issue and do it the way I tell him to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I got favorites. I told my son, I said, man, you want to get on the court? He plays at Karen Crow High. You know, he's on the team. And I told him, I said, man, you want to get on the court? You got to be your coach's favorite. You know, you got to find some way, something he likes or loves about you to get your butt on that court. And for coaches, it's usually some of the things that I name for as effort and yeah, being a team player, you know what I mean? Accepting the role. Like, you know, we get kids, man, they want to play this spot, that spot. And it's like, yeah, you probably can dribble. You probably can shoot threes, but you're 6'4" right now in the 8th grade, man. I need you to get on the block, bro, right now. You know what I mean? Like, you 6'4" right now, bro. You're going to be taller than everybody in the 8th grade, bro. Can you get on the block? Make a layup for me, please. Simple as that. I ain't going to take your game from you, but for what we need right now is somebody your height that can get on the block. I don't understand the proud of minute sometimes, but you know, kids, they find the weirdest things to be upset about. And I think if you really want to ball out, you do whatever a coach asks you to do. You know, if that's what you want to do. For me, man, they couldn't have said it. Any place they asked me to play. If they say, hey, I need you to dribble this ball, bring this down the court, I got you. You need me to post up? You need me to get rebounds too? Man, I'm going to do it. Whatever. Let's go. You know, but I learned that later in life, not quite at those ages, which is, you know, my thing about now. I'm going to make sure y'all have it when y'all supposed to have it. Know it when y'all supposed to know it. So we're not out here confused thinking that the world revolves around us when it's not really like that.
How can the people help the underdogs become the top dog underdogs? Meaning, you know, if they want to help the foundation, you know, sprinkle y'all, how can they do it?
I'm always looking for kids. I'm always looking for coaches. You know, the more kids, the more coaches I'll need. We take donations. We're a nonprofit organization, so we do have tax ID numbers, you know, if needed for donations and stuff like that, man. Anything that anybody can help with, we take. I mean, I'm always looking for basketballs, bro. I'm always looking for, you know, events for us to actually attend, you know, to show some of the stuff we work on during the summers and like stuff like that, man. But like I said, I'm on Instagram too, man. You know, so if I need to be contacted, you need to DM me, underdog _ coach, and I'm also on Facebook. My name is Daniel Randall. So
And that's where most of the footage at of you guys.
Yeah. We actually do have a Facebook page. You can look that up too. It's the Underdogs, Underdogs. You know.
There you can catch previous clips.
Yeah, we got a few pictures of the teams, and we got a few clips, and we just put that up this year, and I've been doing this probably about 3, going on 3, and we just put one up. But man, I wish I could have put some up. I thought about doing it beforehand a couple of years ago. We had some nice stuff going on a couple of years ago, but yeah, I mean, I'm up there. You can see some pictures. You can send messages. It's open. I think it's open to the public too, so it shouldn't be hard to find out. We actually this is the actual picture on the Facebook page, and I believe I use it for my Instagram too. And it says the Underdogs, and at the bottom it says Underdogs versus everybody. That's how I feel, you know, for underdogs. Like, it's always that. It's always gonna be that. So let's call it what it is now, and let's face the world, man.
I'm putting it in the universe.
Yeah.
In the near future, one of the Underdogs players will become an NFL star or a track champion.
Yeah.
Or NBA star.
Hey, you know what? I'll be satisfied, man, to stand in the background of a dude that's signing his acceptance for college football, basketball, track, tennis. I wouldn't care if I helped him in some way, and I can just stand there. hey, that'd be a dream come true right there for me, man. I don't want nothing much, man. You know, appreciation go a long way. You know, just saying that, hey, you helped me out with this or that, and thank you, coach. You know, kids make my day by that, bro. I mean, I gotta, you get a few kids that doesn't mind saying, hey, coach, good looking out, and those, they always touch me, man. Always touch me. It's always a good thing. It's hardly ever my son, you know what I'm saying? But still, but those kids, him, your child, you can kind of tell. But it's something special when somebody else's child can say, thank you.
Now, this is very detrimental to the kids, and it's very important.
Yeah.
And you know also, because they probably be like, oh, I don't want to ride to this, I don't want to ride to that. What is the Underdogs run-out song?
Oh, man, look, I'm open for suggestions, man. Somebody got something. Hey, if there's an artist that want to make one especially for me, for us, I'm open to that too. That'd be nice, man. I'd use it for real. And, I say when we do donations, if I got to put your name on the back of our T-shirts, our warm-ups, man, that's nothing. That's minor. I'll do those things, man. But a run-out song, that'd be nice. It's funny you asked that, man, because I've been trying to think of one, something that actually fits us, you know what I mean? But I haven't found one yet. So, yeah, I'm open for suggestions.
Fuck it. Get y'all a run-out song. Y'all the Underdogs. Come with a pit bull or bulldog or,
Man, I told them boys, man, look.
Y'all mascot.
Look, I tried to tell them, and my son looked at me like I was crazy. I said, man, I could put, dog chains and locks around all y'all, come out of the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he like, Dad, I'm like, shit, okay, well, I guess I'm getting old, bro. But, hey, you never know. Never know.
I know some kids that probably would like that.
Man, those are the kids I want. Those are the kids. Because, see, after we take that chain off, you off the leash now, huh?
Right.
It's time to go, right?
Right.
Hey, I need those kind of dudes, man. I'm thinking maybe, if I'm done with my son, man, I start all the way over, some fit 6th graders or something like that, man, and try to keep them together through the years and run something.
Now, one more time, let the people know where they can find you, watch some of the Underdogs clips, or just be up to date with the Underdogs.
Well, again, I got Instagram. It's underdog_coach. I'm on Facebook. The team is on Facebook. The Underdogs. DA Underdogs. DM me. I got email, all this stuff. The team even has email, so let me know, man, if you want to help us out. I'm open. Please. I ain't too proud to beg neither, man, because I'm not begging for me, man. I'm begging for them boys, man,
I'm Pac-Man James, and we live in the poker room with Coach Daniel and my brother, This was a great interview.
Yeah, appreciate it. Long await.
Maybe one a minute.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
Hey, appreciate you. Let's go.